So I've been married now for a while and very happy again. People say, how could you find somebody now? I said, very easy. When you have the skills to have a successful relationship. And my wife today, she always says, why did you pick me? Why did you pick me? Because she thinks I'm the greatest guy in the world. And she didn't understand that it's not that she's rich, not that she makes money. I could care less about that. And when a man makes enough money, he doesn't care if his wife makes money. Yeah. But every woman does. They need that. Now, when I was teaching at Stanford, I say every woman needs a man who has a job. And these silly women will, oh, I'll be the provider. I'll take care of him. They don't understand that when a man doesn't have his own dignity, that I approve of myself by my worth, by what I do, what I contribute, by my hard work, by my efforts. If I don't have that, and I look to a woman to feel good about myself, it will be failure. I look to myself and what I do for you, for anybody I work with, the appreciation I get from that. That's what builds my self-esteem. I don't look to a woman to build my self-esteem. Although if I do, I'm a child. I'm a child. And she'll treat me like a child after a while. She'll look down on me, because not that women look down on children. They have a different attitude towards children. They love children, but they don't want their husband to be a child. And as a marriage counselor for 40 years, so many women will say, I feel like my husband's a child. And I say, well, you treat him like a child. He's not a child. But what examples of how women treat us like a child? Always trying to control us. And women don't think about they're trying to control us. You have to control your children, right? You have to raise them. You have to correct them. You have to guide them. You have to teach them. So there's one funny comedian in America. He says, I really love my wife. He's making a joke here, but he says, I really love my wife. She helps me when I drive. She tells me the different colors. Like she'll say, that's a red light or that's a yellow light. And she tells me where to turn. She lets me know what my speed is. I don't have to look at the speedometer. She's always letting me know how fast I'm driving. So she's my little helper in the car. And all the women are laughing and all the men are laughing because we know it's one of the most annoying, irritating things for a woman to tell us how to drive. My wife says, slow down, you're driving fast. You could get a ticket, I know that. But here's the other side of it. I understand women. I understand that I want a happy wife. I know biologically, a woman cannot be happy unless she makes certain hormones. And that hormone is estrogen. Her estrogen levels need to be 20 times higher than mine in order for her to feel sexual attraction to me.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And how I drive the car will determine her estrogen levels.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a big subject. So as a man, my wife would correct my driving. I say, who are you? I'm a much better driver. She will tell you I'm a much better driver. I'm like a race car driver. Now, when I learned that when you want to make love, you have to do foreplay. This is what men have to learn. And once they learn, they have to remember to do it. That means you don't race into it.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a way to open a woman up. Men don't need that opening up. We need to know how to open up a woman. And when a woman feels safe, she makes a hormone called oxytocin. That helps her. That's a safety hormone. Then if she feels I can depend on you for something that makes me happy, I can depend on you for something meaningful to me, then another hormone gets produced called estrogen. And for her to enjoy making love, to enjoy her husband, to want to be with her husband in that way, her estrogen levels have to double normal happy estrogen levels. So 20 times more than a man. So when I'm driving my car, I now drive in such a way that my wife feels safe and secure. I still don't like her telling me how to drive, so we find a creative solution. Whenever I'm driving too fast, she doesn't say anything. She just grabs the handle. I go, oh, okay. I'm happy to slow down. And then I put my hand on her thigh, and I say, I did that for you, honey, because clearly I don't need to slow down. Clearly there's nothing wrong with my driving. It doesn't need to be corrected, but she has a different experience of life. Also, she doesn't have a brake. She doesn't have a steering wheel. She doesn't have a gas pedal. She's powerless. So at a time where a woman is powerless and also in danger, and she trusts her man to drive in a way that makes her feel safe, boom, there's a whole nother reason for me to drive when my wife is in the car very respectfully, as if the president of the company, the president of the country was sitting next to me. Do you know what that does for a woman? It raises the hormones that lower her stress and help her feel feminine, taken care of, respected, little things. And that's why my message has been so successful. You don't have to change who you are in most cases. You just have to understand what works and what doesn't work.